We're going to tack up the horse, which means we're going to put on the saddle and all of the riding equipment. Now, the first step that we want to do is we're going to use a saddle blanket, which is a piece of cloth that goes underneath the saddle. So you want to make sure that you lie it gently on the horse so you don't spook her. You want to place it right at the top of the wither and make sure that everything is lying flat and even. This particular horse wears a little gel pad underneath the saddle. Some horses do, some don't. It depends on the horse, yeah? So it's just a little bit of extra padding that the horse might require. You want to place it, same thing, right at the top of the wither, which is the highest part of the back of the horse, and make sure that it's lying flat and even. If you feel that you need to go to the other side to check, please do, but if you're sure, then you can move on. The next thing is we're going to grab the saddle, and you want to gently put it on top of the horse. So you might want to get organized first and get a little bit of practice how to swing over the horse's back. And make sure you're landing it nice and softly on the back of the horse. Okay? You want to make sure that all the flaps are lying nice and flat. So you make sure that you check it on both sides as well. With the namna or the saddle blanket that we had before, you want to pull it up into the gullet of the saddle, which is the hollow part of the top of the saddle, so that there is clearance in the wither. Once you're sure that everything is lying flat, you can make sure that all of the keepers are placed correctly. You can grab the girth, place the keeper, place this girth strap in the keepers, attach it, and then you move on to the other side to tighten the girth. When you're on the other side, you want to make sure that everything is lying flat again. Reach down, and when you're tightening the girth, you make sure you do it one hole at a time to make it more comfortable for your horse. The next thing we're going to do is going to put on the bridle on the horse. First, you want to make sure that you're organized and you've got the bridle sitting in the correct place. That the bit is on the bottom, the noseband is in the middle and not tangled up. Okay? Next thing you want to do is when you take off the halter of the horse, you got to make sure that you have the horse there with you, because otherwise you could walk away. So I'm just going to remove the straps, and I'm going to be ready with the reins to loop it over the head. So I'm going to loop it over, and only then, once I have the reins over the neck, I can take the halter off. So some horses like to walk away, so you got to make sure that you've got your hand on the nose. For me, I like to place myself right next to her on the left side, and I've got my right hand on the nose while I place the bridle over. She's already grabbing the bit. So you want to gently bring the bit in without jabbing the teeth. Fold the ear forward. And once the ear is forward, bring the forelock over. Noseband. Make sure that the noseband is underneath the cheek pieces. Then all you got to do is then attach the noseband. This particular bridle is a crank noseband, so it loops back to itself. You got to make sure that you can fit 2 fingers. Yeah? These are regulations of FEI to make sure that the noseband is not too tight. Now, you grab the throat latch and you attach the throat latch. Make sure that everything is nice in its keepers. With the throat latch, you want to make sure that you can fit a fist between the throat latch and the horse. And there you have it. You're all set to go. So to get on the horse, you want to make sure that you have the right equipment for your own safety. A helmet is an absolute must to be able to ride. Make sure that you find one that fits you correctly so that when you put on your helmet, it doesn't jiggle around. Make sure that you fasten your helmet before you get on. As your footwear, you may choose to wear some chaps or some long boots. That is up to your preference, but you got to make sure that when you are wearing the boots that it's got a little heel in the back as well, so that your foot doesn't slip through the stirrup. I choose to wear gloves. That is up to you whether you want to wear gloves or not. Some people find it more comfortable, but it is not a must. Now, same thing, when you are wearing gloves, you got to make sure that you buy the appropriate ones that are designed for riding so they don't slip. All right, I'm all set to have my ride, so I think I will take my horse and you guys can follow me.